We've been on a bit of a mission recently. A mission to save older tech from the e-waste pile. We've rescued old iPads, we've brought MacBooks back from the dead, we've even revived my slowest spec Windows 10 laptop and proved it still had life left in it. But today is a slightly different challenge. Today, we're looking at my old gaming laptop. This is a machine I bought back in 2015. At the time, it felt like an absolute powerhouse. It handled everything I threw at it, and honestly, even now in 2026, it still feels snappy. It boots quickly, it still handles web browsing, typing emails, media consumption, all that absolutely fine. And yet, according to Microsoft, it's no longer suitable for the future. It doesn't meet the requirements of Windows 11. And with support for Windows 10 ending in October 2026, it's officially being left behind. But here's the thing, just because it's unsupported doesn't mean it's unusable. Now, we've already done a full video on how to bring unsupported Windows 10 laptops back to life, where I covered all the different options, forcing Windows 11, extended security updates, third-party builds, Linux, and more. So if you missed that one, go check it out in the description below. Today, we're not revisiting all of that. We're skipping straight to what I personally think is the best long-term solution. We're installing Linux Mint. And I have to say, some of the things I discovered after doing this generally surprised me, and in a good way. So let's start with the laptop itself. This is an Acer Aspire V15 Nitro Black Edition. Back in 2015, this is a seriously capable mid-range gaming machine. It's running an Intel i7 quad-core processor with integrated Intel graphics, but more importantly, has a dedicated NVIDIA GTX 860M GPU. It's got 16GB of RAM, a 60GB NVMe SSD for the operating system, and a 1TB mechanical hard drive for storage. Now, obviously, in 2026, this isn't competing with modern RTX cards. It's not pushing ultra settings in latest AA releases. But on paper, this is still more than capable hardware, which makes it even more frustrating that it's been labelled not good enough. So instead of letting it slowly become obsolete, we're giving it a second life. The process of installing Linux Mint is actually very straightforward. On another computer, I downloaded the ISO from the official Linux Mint website. For this machine, I chose the Cinnamon edition. It's polished, user-friendly, and feels familiar to Windows users. So once the ISO was downloaded, I used Rufus to flash it onto a USB drive, created a bootable installer, then I shut down the Acer, plugged in the USB, and powered it back on while repeatedly pressing F12, which on Acer laptops brings up the boot menu. From there, I selected the USB drive. Within moments, it loaded into the Linux Mint desktop. And this is one of the best things about Linux distributions. Most of them allow you to live boot, which means you're essentially running the full operating system directly from a USB before installing anything. It gives you a chance to test performance, check compatibility, and see if you like the layout. If you don't like it, you simply shut it down, remove the USB, and nothing changes. But in this case, I was happy straight away. So I clicked Install Linux Mint. And following the setup process, one thing I always recommend doing before starting the installation is plugging in an Ethernet cable, if you can. This allows the installer to fetch updates and necessary drivers during setup, making everything smoother from the beginning. And here's where I was pleasantly surprised. On my old MacBook, when I tested Ubuntu, I had loads of driver issues, especially with Wi-Fi and graphics. It required a fair bit of messing around in the terminal to get things perfect. With Linux Mint, on this gaming laptop, everything just worked. On setup, I went into the driver manager, and it found them straight away. So the NVIDIA GPU was detected automatically, the appropriate drivers were found and installed, no hunting around, no complicated commands, no frustration. And the same experience happened on the other laptop I moved over to Mint as well. It's been refreshingly straightforward. There's one small thing worth mentioning though. Because this laptop previously ran Windows, the secondary 1TB hard drive was formatted for Windows. During installation, the main SSD was formatted correctly for Linux, and the OS was installed there. But to use the secondary drive properly inside Linux Mint, I had to open the disk manager and manually format it to an ext4 format. Once that was done, it worked perfectly as additional storage. Simple fix, but worth knowing if you're doing it for yourself. Now, here's something I generally did not expect. On Windows 10, I'd basically written off the battery in this laptop. When I plugged it in, it would run directly from the power cable and refuse to charge. I checked settings, I tried different things, nothing worked, so I assumed the battery was simply dead. After installing Linux Mint, it started charging. Not only that, but it began holding charge again. You can see here, no power cables, and the battery is there at 43%, which I was shocked. I'm not saying Linux resurrected a completely dead battery, but clearly something at the software or driver level in Windows was preventing proper charging, and Linux solved it instantly. That alone was a huge win for me. But let's get to the main question. Can it still game in 2026? We know Linux Mint made the system feel fresh again. It's responsive, it's supported, it's secure. This is a gaming laptop that GTX 860M needs to be tested. So I installed Steam. Now, let's be realistic. I'm not loading up latest AAA titles and expecting miracles. This is old hardware, but there are thousands of games perfectly suited to it. I tested titles like Half-Life 2, Left 4 Dead 2, and Team Fortress 2. Games that are still incredibly fun and have aged brilliantly. And honestly, it handled them really well. Smooth gameplay, stable performance, completely playable. Thanks to Steam's Proton compatibility layer, even made Windows titles run surprisingly well under Linux now. The ecosystem has improved massively compared to years ago. So guys, one thing I just wanted to add in at this point as well is that when you are running these games, make sure that you are running at the correct Proton level, because if you do select the wrong one, for example, the first one I selected was 9.0-4, it literally couldn't even run this front page. It was like a slideshow. It just make sure you experiment with them when you're loading the game to make sure you're picking the right one. Sometimes the Steam Scout option is the best, and sometimes it is not. Sometimes the Proton levels and updates are the better ones. For example, Proton Experimental works certain games. So you might have to just play around with those Proton levels a little bit to see what runs the best. But yeah, I just wanted to say, don't, just because it doesn't run the first time, go in and change those compatibility modes. It could mean the difference of the game being playable and the game not being playable. So the answer is yes, it's still games. Maybe not on ultra settings in brand new releases. Maybe not competing with modern gaming rigs. But for older indie games or older AA games or older AAA games and huge parts of the Steam library, it absolutely holds its own. And here's the key difference. Under Windows 10, this laptop had an expiry date. Once security updates stopped, using it online would gradually become more risky. It would slowly drift towards obsolescence. Under Linux Mint, it now has years of support ahead of it. Regular updates, active development, security patches. It's not destined for landfill anymore. We've saved another laptop from the e-waste pile, and that's what this series is all about. Not just squeezing performance of our old machines, but proving that unsupported doesn't mean useless. This 2015 gaming laptop still has life left in it. It still plays games, it still works brilliantly for everyday tasks, and now it's running a modern, supported operating system that will keep it relevant for years. If you've got an older gaming laptop sitting around collecting dust, maybe this is your sign to try something different with it. You might be surprised. Thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed watching this video, please hit that like button. If you want to follow the journey of saving old tech from e-waste, subscribe to the channel if you're new here. Check out the new merchandise if you'd like to support the channel. And if you want to go even further, consider becoming a member and get perks like early access along the way. And I will catch everyone in the next one.